If you're planning to take your silver hair out in the sun, then you need to watch this video to see why gray hair needs extra special care in the sun. Hi, I'm Lynn, and I inspire women to go naturally silver and to embrace the best parts of themselves. So you're diligent about wearing sunscreen every time you go out in the sun, right? But do you protect your hair in the sun? And should you? Let's get into why gray hair needs to be protected in the sun. Ultraviolet light can damage any type of hair, whether you color it or not. It can cause artificial and natural hair color to fade, and it can make your hair more porous. It can also seriously dry your hair out. The sun's rays, in essence, affect your hair no differently than bleach does. They can alter the protein structure of your hair, making it weaker, more prone to breakage and split ends, and any other type of damage that you can think of. UV rays can burn your hair the same way it can burn your skin. The only difference is you don't feel it in your hair. Another reason why gray hair needs to be protected in the sun is that gray hair contains very little or no melanin. Melanin is what gives our skin and our hair its color, and it protects both our skin and our hair from the harmful effects of the sun. Because gray or white hair has less pigment, there is nothing there to protect it. When you dye your hair, it's actually the hair dye that's fading when it's exposed to the sun. So you don't actually notice the damage that's being done to your hair. The third reason that you need to protect your gray hair in the sun is that the sun can cause gray, white, or silver hair to turn yellow. Because of this lack of melanin and protection in the hair, sun damage can cause oxidation of the proteins in your hair. It's a process known as photoyellowing. This process causes silver, white, or gray hair to take an unwanted yellow tone to it. Unfortunately, this kind of damage can be permanent. It's also cumulative, so the more that you're exposing your hair to the sun unprotected, the worse the effect is going to be, and the only way to counteract it is to grow it out. So how can you protect your silver hair? Easiest way to protect your silver in the sun is with a hat. So by wearing a hat, especially at that time of day when the sun is actually at its most intense, which would be anywhere from maybe like 11 o'clock in the morning to 3 o'clock in the afternoon, is really going to help protect not only your hair, but also your scalp, but definitely your hair from sun damage. I actually keep extra hats in my car just in case if I'm ever going to be caught outside where I feel like my hair is going to need extra protection. I make sure I have my hat ready to go. And also, wearing a hat protects your skin as well, so your face, your neck, and you're not going to undo all that amazing skincare that you've been working on. I like to choose hats that have ultraviolet protection ratings. This is very similar to SPF in skincare products and in sunscreen. You'll see it as UPF. That's the rating that's given for sun protection in fabrics. This hat in particular has a UPF rating of 50. So a UPF of 50 is actually going to block 98% of the sun's rays and only allow 2% to penetrate. So it's a lot of protection. So it's basically like SPF, but for your hair and for your scalp. So if you're going to the beach, if you're gonna go play golf, if you're gonna go for a walk or a run, even if you're going to Aldi, wear the hat. And just know that if you have long hair, you're probably gonna wanna tuck it all the way into your hat. And if hats aren't your thing, you can find UPF fabric in scarves and even in buffs, anything really, shawls, clothing. UPF is just basically SPF, but for fabric. So another thing you might want to do if you're heading to the beach, get an umbrella and get under the umbrella. It doesn't mean you have to hide. If you have a hat, you can get out in the sun. But if you're just hanging out, get under the umbrella. And I just want to stop here and say, I really wish I would have done these things years ago. But anyway, the other thing that I would recommend to care for your silver hair if you're going to go out in the sun is to avoid any heat styling either before or after. Heat styling and the sun are like a double whammy on silver hair. Both heat styling and sun exposure do cause yellowing and gray hair. And if you are going to heat style, always use a heat protectant. Another thing that you can do to protect your silver hair from the sun is use products that actually have sun protection factor ingredients in them. These would be shampoos and conditioners, sun protection creams or sprays. And then always deep condition your hair after sun exposure. Using a deep conditioner after exposing your hair to the sun is going to help mitigate some of that damage and drying effect that the sun might have had. Now, I said before that once your silver hair is damaged and yellowed from the sun or from heat styling, it is permanent. It really can't be fixed other than growing it out. but there is something that you can do to make it look a lot better. You can tone your yellowed hair back to silver by using purple on it. Purple or violet shampoo. So what you're in essence doing is you're depositing the opposite color from yellow onto your hair, which is purple. Purple shampoo, purple conditioners, purple hair masks, they're not a permanent solution to yellowing in silver hair, but they are going to temporarily neutralize those unwanted yellow tones that show up after you've been out in the sun for a while, especially if you did it unprotected and you didn't listen to my advice, or maybe you're catching this video because your hair turned yellow. You can use purple on your hair, so it's actually going to neutralize that yellow. And note that I said temporarily neutralize the yellow tones. That means you're gonna have to regularly use purple in your hair care regimen in order to maintain the vibrancy of your silver hair, in order to keep that unwanted yellow out of your hair. I have a whole video on purple shampoo. I'll link it below, and it explains all of this. Of course, I often get asked, what products am I using on my hair? And lately I've been using this 3-pack system from Sensationally Silver'a. But what I really love the most, these are purple toning and balancing shampoos that you alternate. What I really love is this protective conditioner because it has SPF in it. So it has UV protection in it. And another thing I love about this brand is that it is owned by a mother-daughter silver sister duo. So that's pretty cool. I really hope you found this information helpful. Get out there, enjoy the sun, but just protect that gorgeous silver that you've worked so hard to grow out. And I would love it if you would like this video and hit that notification bell, and also subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thanks for watching.